What if the future of humanity isn't human at all? As we stand here, on the brink of the future, it's worth pondering what that future might look like. Will it be filled with humans, as we've always known them, or will it be dominated by forms of life we've only dreamed of or seen in science fiction? Let's start with humanoid robots. These are not just the stuff of books and movies anymore. We're already seeing the early stages of this technology, robots that can walk, talk, and even think like us. They have the potential to surpass us in many ways, from physical strength and precision to intellectual prowess and efficiency. But what does this mean for us? Will we be obsolete, or will we find a way to coexist? Then there's the concept of cyborgs. Not quite human, not quite machine, but a fusion of both. Humans enhanced with technology, pushing the boundaries of what we can achieve and who we can be. Imagine having the ability to download knowledge directly into your brain or having perfect recall of every moment of your life. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? But this future comes with its own set of ethical and moral implications. How far should we go in modifying ourselves? Where do we draw the line between human and machine? And let's not forget about zombies. Yes, zombies, not the mythical creatures of horror stories, but actual human beings turned into mindless creatures through scientific mishaps or biological warfare. It's a chilling thought, but one that some believe could become a reality if we are not careful. The future of humanity could go in many different directions. Some of these futures are exciting, filled with potential and possibilities. Others are terrifying, challenging our very understanding of what it means to be human. But one thing is clear, the future will not be business as usual. So, will the future be metallic, half human or undead? Imagine a world filled with humanoid robots, capable of outperforming humans. As we peer into the looking glass of the future, we see a landscape dramatically reshaped by the advancements in robotics and artificial intelligence. This isn't just the stuff of science fiction anymore, it's an approaching reality. The last few decades have seen an exponential growth in robotics and AI. We've seen robots that can cook, clean, and even perform complex surgeries with precision that surpasses human capabilities. But what happens when these mechanical marvels step out of their industrial confines and start taking over roles traditionally filled by humans? The potential for robots to reshape society is immense. In a world dominated by humanoid robots, mundane chores would become a thing of the past. Every task, from washing dishes to driving cars, could be handled by these tireless machines, freeing up humans to pursue more creative and fulfilling endeavors. But it's not just about the convenience factor. With robots shouldering the burden of laborious tasks, we could also see a significant reduction in workplace accidents. Robots don't tire, don't get distracted, and don't make mistakes out of fatigue. The potential for a safer, more efficient world is right at our fingertips. But as with any major shift, this robotic revolution comes with its own set of challenges. What happens to jobs and industries that are heavily reliant on human labor? How do we manage the ethical implications of machines making decisions that have traditionally been the domain of humans? And more importantly, how do we ensure that these robots, powered by artificial intelligence, don't outgrow their creators? These are questions that we must grapple with as we stand on the brink of this new era. As we move towards a future where robots could become an integral part of our daily lives, we must ensure that we're not just creating efficient machines, but also a society that is prepared to adapt and thrive. In a world of humanoid robots, what becomes of humanity? What if the future of humanity is not to be replaced but enhanced? A question that nudges us into the realm of cyborgs, a fusion of humans and technology that could propel us into a future of unparalleled possibilities. Imagine an existence where our natural human abilities are not just maintained, but amplified, where our senses are not limited to their natural range, but extended to perceive the world in ways we've only ever dreamed of. Picture a world where we harness the power of machines to give the blind the ability to see, the deaf the ability to hear, and the paralyzed the ability to move. This is the potential of the cyborg revolution. But it's not just about physical enhancement. Imagine a world where our minds are augmented with artificial intelligence, where our memories are crystal clear and our ability to learn and understand is exponentially increased. A world where mental illnesses and neurological disorders are things of the past. This is the power of merging man and machine. However, as with any seismic shift in human evolution, the road to becoming cyborgs is fraught with ethical quandaries. If we enhance our abilities, do we risk losing our humanity? If we eliminate our flaws, do we also eliminate what makes us unique? And most importantly, in a world where technological enhancements are likely to be expensive, do we risk creating a society of haves and have-nots, where the rich are not just wealthier, but also physically and mentally superior? These questions are not easy to answer, and as we stand on the cusp of this new era, it's imperative that we navigate these challenges with wisdom and foresight. Because ultimately, the goal is not to create superhumans, but to use technology to enhance and enrich our human experience. So, as we look to the future, we must ask ourselves, in the era of cyborgs, what defines being human? What if our future isn't about advancement, but survival? A chilling thought, isn't it? Yet, as we continue to push the boundaries of science and technology, the possibility of a future defined not by progress, but by a struggle for survival becomes ever more plausible. Imagine a world where a scientific mishap or an act of biological warfare leads to an outbreak of the undead. The stuff of horror movies and thriller novels, you might say. But in a world increasingly reliant on science and technology, can we truly dismiss the possibility of zombies as mere fiction? In this dystopian future, the societal implications would be immense. The structures and systems we've built over centuries would crumble in the face of a zombie outbreak. Our world would become a survivalist nightmare, where the rules of civilization no longer apply. The concept of zombies has been a staple of popular culture for decades, and it's easy to see why. The idea of the dead rising to prey on the living taps into our deepest fears and anxieties. It's a terrifying prospect, but it's also a fascinating one. It forces us to confront our mortality and the fragility of our civilization. In this undead future, survival tactics would become paramount. We would need to adapt, to learn how to defend ourselves, to find ways to sustain ourselves in a world turned upside down. We would need to be resourceful, resilient, and relentless. The undead future is a grim prospect to be sure, but it's also a reminder of the unpredictability of our world. It's a reminder that the future is not always about progress and advancement. Sometimes it's about survival. It's about the will to endure, to withstand whatever challenges the future might throw at us. So, in a world of zombies, what becomes of civilization? It's a question we can't answer with certainty. But it's a question that forces us to confront the reality of our vulnerability and the strength of our resilience. In a world of zombies, what becomes of civilization?